This is the amazing story of Igor Oakwood, written and published in the book Hallu Cygns. On the night of the 28th of July 2010, on top of Knapp Hill in Alton Barnes, Igor and his friend have a close encounter with 3 plasma balls which change into humanoid shape right in front of their eyes. What seems like a hallucination at first sight would have very real consequences, which are still going on today. The first of these was a strange obsession with swans. This incited Igor to reach out to the author of the Cygnus mystery, Hallu Cygns, who answered promptly by sending him his latest book, Light Quest, in which he describes a completely similar story of 2 other people who had seen the same plasma phenomena at the same spot, but only 2 years earlier. The most striking fact was that these 2 other people also became obsessed with swans after their encounter. Another strange consequence of the encounter was that Igor began to have premonitory dreams and receive strange psychic messages. One of these messages was Xenaton 9, Xenaton 10. At first, Igor understood that there were 3 components in this message: the element xenon, the word zenith, and the numbers 9 to 10. However, it was only 2 years later that more information about this strange message was revealed. It was again the same Hallu Cygns, who tells Igor that he had been studying the light dips of Tabby's star in the constellation of Cygnus, the swan, which shocked astronomers worldwide in 2015. Andy said that the irregular light dips emitted by the star revealed a kind of Morse code based on the number 11 and its multiples. In other words, to Pascal's triangle. However, the last 2 numbers that were sent by Tabby's star were 42 and 132. These 2 numbers are found by subtracting the 2 central numbers in the 9th and 10th dimension of Pascal's triangle. Furthermore, the ratio of these numbers equals pi. This urged Igor to design a negative version of Pascal's triangle, which consists of subtractions of the overlying numbers instead of additions. And look what happens. Here we have all the 3 ingredients of Igor's psychic message: the atomic number 54 and atomic mass 132 of the element xenon are found in the 11th dimension. A vertical shaft of zeros appears as a central axis in the triangle, which hints at a zenith angle on top of it, and the number pi is found between the 9th and 10th dimension of this so-called shadow triangle. This triangular array of whole integers was very well known thousands of years ago as the transcendental mound of creation, or Mount Meru. This was the tree of life containing the most simple code of creation: 2 Fibonacci spirals which, acting like 2 serpents, ascend towards unity and descend towards the golden mean. Together these 2 serpents create balance between male resonance and female damping between the 9th and 11th dimension of the cosmic frequency matrix. This is the deeper meaning behind the staff of Hermes, or the caduceus. The Meru-based spiritual science was the central pillar of the most advanced civilization of the human past. The Sanskrit-speaking Veds, everything that we know today as Pythagorean science, the music of the spheres, the Kabbalah, the unified field, sacred geometry, and eventually transdimensional communication, is based upon the L-even matrix. The L was the sacred measuring unit for the ancient Egyptians, and was symbolized by the forearm, which makes the elbow or circle arc. The forearm has the shape of a letter L. This letter reversed gives the number 1, so we clearly see that the L was the primordial unit. L was also the name of God, so L even literally signifies God alike. With the numbers 9 and 11, we can also square the circle, because when we draw a circle with a diameter of 9 units, and we add 1 unit at each side of this diameter, then these 2 outer units form the angle of a square which has the same circumference as the circle. When we inscribe a circle in this square, and another smaller circle around the 2 remaining units outside of the square, we have the proportions of the Earth and the Moon. The diameter of the Earth equals 7,920 miles, while the joint radius of Earth and Moon adds up to 5,040 miles. Both numbers can be formed again by multiplying the first 11 numbers. 7,920 is found by multiplying 8 by 9 by 10 by 11, and 5,040 by multiplying 1 by 2 by 3 by 4 by 5 by 6 by 7. Strangely, these numbers are found in Igor's birthday, 2979. Even the story of Adam and Eve can be found in this geometric resonance. When we consider the male square as Adam and the female circle as Eve, we can say that the side of the square, Adam's rib, forms the diameter of the inscribed golden circle. So Eve literally makes it all even. This circle with diameter 7 has a circumference of 22 units. The ratio of 22 divided by 7 was the ancient way of expressing the number pi. The two circle arcs of each 11 units and diameter 7 can be written as pi begotten by 7 plus pi begotten by 7. The tetragram Aten, I am that I am. Finally, we're back with the swans because the number 22 is symbolized by two swans embracing each other. So it is clear that something sacred, a point of ultimate resonance, happens between 9 and 10. This is shown in Pascal's triangle as well as in sacred geometry. Also in music theory, this same feature is revealed. In a diatonic scale, the point of maximum resonance, or supertonic, is the ninth wave partial of the fundamental note. The ninth therefore forms the harmonic axis mundi, around which all other notes in the harmonic series balance in perfect equilibrium. On the other hand, the point of maximum dissonance is found at the 11th wave partial and was considered the diabolus in music. The 9th and 11th wave balance harmonically around 10. This means that the harmonic messiah is actually found in the 10th wave partial. Knowing that the whole universe is essentially made of sound waves, this means that this 10th wave partial or dimension acts like an interdimensional keyhole, through which the universe is created. The Fibonacci serpents are the S-words or swords which calibrate the cosmos. The vertical axis mundi of Mount Meru is quite literally the sword of caliber. All this is possible with the same simple numerical matrix, Mount Meru, or the L-even matrix. Much more can be done with the same blueprint. That's for a next episode. More details and information about these exciting subjects can be found on www.igoroakwood.com.